Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're a digital entrepreneur, you know the deal. Time is everything. It's your most valuable asset, hands down. So today, we're going to talk about how to actually master it, how to stop being a slave to the clock, and start building a business that gives you more freedom, not less. And let's kick things off with a question that I have a feeling might be a little too familiar.
So, does this hit home for you? You know that feeling. You're just drowning in a sea of notifications, urgent emails, client demands, and that never-ending content calendar. You put in a full, exhausting day, only to shut your laptop at night and feel like you didn't really accomplish anything that truly mattered.
If you're nodding along right now, you are definitely not alone. You've just fallen into the most common trap there is in the digital world. We've all been conditioned to believe that a packed schedule, that feeling of being constantly on the go, that equals a successful day. But honestly, that's a myth, and it's the very first thing we have to unlearn.
And look, breaking free from this trap isn't about some fancy new app or a complicated planner. It actually starts with a really fundamental mindset shift. We have to redefine what productivity even means in the first place.
For years, we've all been taught to measure our worth by the hours we put in, right? That's the old metric. But for an entrepreneur, that is a losing game. The new metric, the one that really counts, isn't about your input. It's all about your output. It's about the tangible results you actually get. This right here, this should be your new mantra. Seriously, think about it. A 4-hour day where you actually finish a sales page that makes you money is infinitely more valuable than a 12-hour day spent just clearing out your inbox. Once you truly, deeply embrace this idea, everything else just starts to fall into place.
Okay, so how do we make this mindset a reality? It's not magic, it's all about strategy. We're going to build our whole system on 5 key strategic pillars. These are the tools designed to put you back in control of your time and ultimately your business.
So here they are: strategic planning, setting boundaries, energy management, delegation, and automation. These 5 pillars, they all work together like a complete system. Each one builds on the last to help you reclaim your focus and just magnify your impact. So let's start at the top.
First up, strategic planning. One of the biggest mistakes we all make is just opening up the laptop and letting the day's emergencies dictate what we do. The trick is to get proactive. Before your day even starts, maybe the night before, define the 3 most important things that will actually move your business forward. We're talking about things like writing a new email sequence or building out a sales funnel.
Next, we have to talk about something that can be kind of tough: setting boundaries. Here's the hard truth. Every time you say yes to something that isn't really aligned with your goals, you're actually saying no to your own success. It's about protecting your focus by saying no to distracting requests and really managing your time on social media, which, as we all know, can become a total productivity black hole.
This brings us to our 3rd pillar, and this is a concept that gets overlooked so often. It's about managing your energy, not just your time. Look, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, but our capacity for that deep, focused work, that's a finite resource. This is all about protecting that precious resource.
So how do we manage that energy effectively? Well, it's about respecting our natural rhythm. We're not machines built for 8 hours of non-stop focus. The key is to work in intense, 90-minute blocks and then follow those with active breaks. This lets you harness your peak concentration without totally burning out. And really pay attention to your own rhythm. If you're sharpest in the morning, that's when you tackle your most complex task.
Okay, next up is delegation. Trying to do everything yourself is not a badge of honor. It's a bottleneck. And listen, even if you're just starting out, you can delegate small tasks. Using platforms like Fiverr or Upwork to outsource things like social media graphics, it's a powerful accelerator. It frees you up to focus on the things that actually grow your business.
And our final pillar, automation. Think of this as an investment. You spend a few hours now setting up tools like System.io or Zapier to handle all those repetitive tasks, like your email marketing or posting content, and it can save you dozens of hours every single month. Basically, you let the robots do the boring work.
So with those 5 pillars in mind, let's put it all together. What does this actually look like in practice? Here's how these concepts translate into a blueprint you can literally use tomorrow: the 6-hour workday.
The framework is so simple but so powerful. It all starts the night before by planning your top 3 priorities. That way, you wake up with total clarity. Then, your day is structured into 2 90-minute deep work sprints for your most important stuff, followed by a final block to manage operations and get yourself set up for the next day.
So let's dig into the why behind this structure. See how you tackle your most important task first? That's when your energy is highest, and that's when you create core value. Then you shift to strategic work to analyze and improve the business. And only after all that high-impact work is done do you move on to operational tasks. This structure literally ensures your best energy goes to your biggest priorities every single day.
But you know, ultimately, this system of pillars and blocks, it's not just about getting more stuff done. It's about achieving the true goal, the reason you probably became an entrepreneur in the first place.
And it really all comes down to this. True freedom isn't about that hustle culture, working yourself to the bone. It's about building a smart, efficient business that lets you earn well by working the right amount. That's what gives you the life you actually wanted.
So, I'll leave you with this question. After everything we've covered, just take a second and think about your day-to-day. Are you in control? Are you intentionally building the business and the life that you want? Or are you letting the clock, the notifications, and that endless to-do list rule you? The choice, really, is yours.